Welcome back, everybody, to another Hoopland rebuild. Today, we are going to be rebuilding one of the fallen dynasties in the NBA. That is the newly eliminated Golden State Warriors. They just lost in the play-in a couple days ago to the Sacramento Kings pretty clearly. It wasn't even really a close game. And this team has so many things to answer in the offseason. Can we get another ring for Steph Curry to solidify his spot as the greatest point guard of all time? I would probably even give him the nod now. But can we make it just undeniable? Just like his MVP run in 2015 when he was unanimous, the first one ever, Steph Curry. We know his greatness. Can we re-sign Klay? Are we going to end up having to trade away, budding stars like Jonathan Kuminga in order to acquire new talent that is going to be able to make this team win now? Let's find out. Let's get into this rebuild. If you guys enjoy these videos, please be sure to leave a like. Let's get into the rosters. So if we sort by overall rating, obviously the best player on this team is going to be Steph Curry. He is 35 at this point. So he probably only has about this year, next year, maybe one more before he retires. The question is, can we develop either the players around him, such as, B-Pods, Trace Jackson Davis, obviously Jonathan Kuminga. Can these players develop and become actually competent enough to lead this team to a championship? As Andrew Wiggins is slotted in as our second best player, I don't really know if I agree with that. It's probably actually Draymond Green if you consider his defensive versatility. When he's actually on the court playing and he's not just choke holding or kicking or stomping or screaming or whatever he does, he's actually a solid player. Offensively, not great, but he never really was. He's a great connector, obviously. Very good passer, very smart decision maker. And his defense, while it isn't as good as it was when he won DPOY. That's right, he won DPOY at one point in his career. It's still very solid. Klay, on the final year of his deal, I don't know how realistic this rebuild is going to be. I'm going to try to keep it somewhat in the parameters of reality. A lot of times in the NBA, you see trades that seem even far-fetched for, NBA standards, and they still happen. So we will not hesitate to move players around in order to make this team competent. Kevon Looney, not going to be in the starting lineup. There's been a ton of different rotations this team has trotted out. Lately, they've been actually starting. They started Brandon Podziemski at one point over Klay Thompson, had him coming off the bench. They had Trace Jackson Davis starting with Draymond Green in the starting lineup. So for the first year, we are probably expecting to not be that relevant. I will end up making one trade. I want to trade Gary Payton away to somebody that needs to improve their bench. And I'm thinking about contenders that are lacking scoring. A team that's jumping out to me is the Bucks, maybe. So we're probably actually going to do this. We're going to trade Gary Payton away for a first-round pick and AJ Green. And he's going to give them significant minutes off the bench. He's slotted into... Is he going to start in the starting lineup? Oh, my God. They're going to put him at the starting lineup? Hey, it's your funeral. Not my team to deal with, not my problem. So now we've got a little bit more draft capital to work with. It's going to free up minutes for Moses Moody. We really actually didn't even need Gary Payton. He's a solid vet, but not going to do anything for us long term. All right, so we're going to be starting Jonathan Kuminga at the 4 and basically running a 10-man rotation, but Chris Paul is not really going to get a lot of minutes. Whether we decide to use that contract to move off of some younger players and use that cap to potentially acquire bigger contracts, that's probably what we're going to end up using him for. He is on a 2-year deal. And I'm just going to simulate all the way to the end of the season. I don't know how we're going to do. I think the team's rating is probably better than what the actual team is. I'm assuming we're going to be somewhere around 500. Victor Wembanyama wins Rookie of the Year. Malcolm Brogdon, 6-man. Luka leads the league in scoring. Victor Wembanyama, DPOY, and Luka wins MVP. Did we not make the playoffs at all? Holy shit, we missed out. If we were in the East, we would have made it. We were like the 11th seed in the West. Okay, so let's look at the stats here. Steph Curry didn't even make an All-Star. 27, 5, and 5. Klay Thompson, 17, 5, and 4. Andrew Wiggins, 17, 5, and 4 as well. Jonathan Kuminga, 18 points. That's pretty impressive. 6 rebounds, 3 assists. With how many blocks a night did he have? What's his defense looking like? Not great. 0.7 and 0.6. Draymond, 11, 7, and 6. And then B-Pods off the bench, 8 points, 2.5 assists. Moses Moody, almost 10 points. Trace Jackson Davis, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Kevon Looney, yeah, whatever. Okay, so that's not great for us. Our total point differential on the season was -2. It says we have the number 1 ranked offense. Where's it at, though? That's what I'm wondering, because clearly this team wasn't good enough to even do anything. So, gonna go ahead and simulate the playoffs. Let's go ahead and see how everything shapes up. And I think, really, if you think about the Warriors right now as the Boston Celtics win the championship, Jason Tatum beats the Thunder in 5 and wins Finals MVP. If you think about the season as a whole, as we are going to be importing the 2025 draft class, which I've only got about 10 or 12 maybe prospects done. It's mainly just this first page here. I'm still working on it for the Hawks franchise and whatnot. But yeah, it's a work in progress. We're going to import it for now, and then we'll just do fake draft classes from here on out. But this team, if this happens in real life, which it pretty much has, you know, we missed the playoffs, we are definitely underperforming, and we have talent that is aging. We need to make big trades. And I saw a crazy trade that I'm going to see if it actually works. I don't know if it will, but you will see what it is in the offseason. As we are to the lottery, we have the 11th best odds, a 2% chance. We did not get highlighted, so we end up picking 11 overall, but we do have a first-round pick from Milwaukee. So Milwaukee clearly made the playoffs. They were pretty good if we look at where they finished in the standings. So Milwaukee was knocked out in the first round, so that's actually going to be a decent pick for us. Probably going to be in the late teens to early 20s. We could use that to move up, move down, move around. All right, so I've seen a couple different trade offers that the Warriors could attempt to do, but you can see on the screen here, we are trading for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, the reason why I think I can justify this trade is, do players like this really ever move? Not really, but the Milwaukee Bucks, we have their first round pick. They just got knocked out in the first round. Maybe he requests a trade. That's not a possible thing in Hoopland, but under this circumstance, the Bucks get knocked out again. A healthy Giannis, Dame, it doesn't work. So the Milwaukee Bucks say, you know what? We're going to have him. He's going to request a trade. We'll trade him, not in the East. We'll trade him out West. We give Milwaukee back their first round pick. We throw in Chris Paul for salary cap. We give them a budding superstar, Jonathan Kuminga, and then we throw in either Moses Moody. Probably Brandon Podziemski has more value because he's got a 3-year contract left. And then we go ahead and give them our first rounder next year. So it's a lot, yes. But we are trying to win, and I've done rebuilds for the Warriors before, just offline for fun. Usually I can't win a championship within the time frame, but we're trading for a MVP level player in Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's going to be Jonathan Kuminga, Chris Paul for salary cap, B-Pods, and 2 first-round picks. They're getting their pick back this year, and then they're getting ours next year. In exchange, we get Giannis. So that is the trade. Is it unrealistic? I don't know. I mean, I guess only time will tell. As we're going to go through the draft, we have the 11th overall pick. It goes... Bronny James went in the top 10. Yeah, maybe we need to lower him a little bit. It went Nikola Topic, Stefan Castle, Matas Buzelis, Zachary Sachet, Alex Sarfeld to 7. I'm trying to adjust these draft classes as I play and as I go. So I probably end up going guard here. It's either going to be Isaiah Collier or Jared McCain. Isaiah Collier definitely gives us more of a scoring punch, more of like a athletic, attacking, slashing guard. Jared McCain, maybe a better shooter, but probably not as good at playmaking. But for the size and the upside, I'm going to go ahead and take Isaiah Collier at the 11th overall pick. I do like Terrence Shannon, a very good scorer out of Illinois. AJ Mitchell I do like as well, but I'm actually going to go ahead and take Terrence Shannon. I like his size. He could play the 2, 3. I probably couldn't play the 4, but he could play 1 through 3. So that gives us some versatility, bring in a couple good rookies to kind of replace what we lost in B-Pods, who is a very good player. It's not that I want to get rid of him, but I'm trying to get like true value. We're trying to basically say Steph is an aging, ticking time bomb. He is going to blow up at any point. And by blow up, I mean get injured and then retire. Like he is close to retirement. We have to be aggressive in the offseason and make moves. And I'm not done yet because Andrew Wiggins is staring me dead in the face, and I don't think that I want him to be starting for this team. We might end up trading Andrew Wiggins after free agency, but let's go ahead and get to free agency, bring back the players we need to. Klay Thompson, 3-year deal. We'll do a team option. We'll pay him what he wants. Also, getting rid of Chris Paul definitely gets us under the salary cap, which we needed. Jerome Robinson wants way too much, so we're probably going to end up getting rid of him. Usman Garaba, unfortunately, is going to be gone. What does Dario Saric want? Oh my god, yeah. Not going to happen. We're going to try to bring Klay Thompson back. I'm fairly certain he'll end up re-signing with us. Gary Payton with the Bucks is a free agent. We could bring him back. If we trade away Andrew Wiggins, Moses Moody will probably start for us at the 3, or probably at the 2, and then Klay Thompson at the 3. Probably looks something like this for our starting lineup, and then we should have a really solid bench if we can bring in one free agent. Isaiah Collier, I want to get good minutes. Could definitely use a guard forward, and I think it's either going to be Isaiah Joe as like our 6-man type, or probably Caleb Martin, just because I think he offers a little bit more of a veteran presence. We'll go ahead and give him 11 mil over 3. And let's see if we bring these players in. I'm hoping to God we do. We get them both. So Klay comes back on a team-friendly option. And so does Caleb Martin. I say we just probably keep Andrew Wiggins for this year. What's the rest of his contract look like? Is he on anything long-term? I think he actually is, if I do remember. Where is his contract? 3 years left. So I think we'll play it out for this year. And I don't know if Andrew Wiggins is better than Moses Moody. Probably is for now. So I'm actually going to have Andrew Wiggins stay slotted in at the starting 3. All right, I actually don't mind this lineup by any means. So Steph Curry and Giannis are going to get the majority of the minutes as far as the starters go. We have a good 70-30 split between, starters and bench. Klay Thompson at the 2, Andrew Wiggins at the 3, Draymond at the 5, and then Moses Moody and Caleb Martin going to give us a good scoring punch off the bench. Trace Jackson Davis getting solid minutes at the backup big spot. Kevon Looney still getting a couple minutes. Nothing. He's not a bad player. He's a solid vet. And then Isaiah Collier going to lead the second unit as far as the playmaking goes. So we have a very high offense. We have a very high overall ranking for the team. Again, this team didn't even make the playoffs last year. We brought in an MVP. We are basically saying the future of this team, it's somewhat mortgaged, yes. Isaiah Collier could develop very nicely after Steph Curry's gone. And maybe that ends up happening. I don't know. But we're getting rid of some players that have a lot of potential because we're trying to win now. Again, that's the whole point of this thing. And I guess we'll see. We'll see if a former MVP with a former MVP can cause something special for this team. We have somebody selected as a starter. It's going to be Giannis slotted in at the power forward spot. He's averaging 27, 11, and 6.5. Holy shit. With a block and a half and a steal and a half per night. Okay, so that's good for us so far. Our minutes are still looking good. I am going to upgrade some of our players. Typically, I like to save this for the end of the season, into the off season. But you know what? We're trying to win now, so we're just going to upgrade the players as we go. Into season number 2, we're going to end up finishing 41-41. But we are at the 10th spot playing the Lakers in the play-in. How is this team not better? I don't understand. We didn't really leverage too much of our stuff. I mean, okay, let's see. Steph Curry, points are way down. 24 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Obviously, it's going to happen when you bring in a player like that. Klay Thompson, 18, 4, and 4. Andrew Wiggins, 15, 4, and 3. Giannis ends up finishing with 27, 11, and 6 with a block and a steal and a half per night. Draymond, 10, 6, and 6. Moses Moody solid off the bench. Same with Caleb Martin, giving us both really good options as far as scoring. Isaiah Collier, 5 points, a rebound, and half an assist a night off the bench. We are going to end up being in the 10 speed, so we're just going to quick sim this. And we beat the Lakers moving in the playoffs as Steph Curry has 42 points against LeBron James in probably his last season. As we take on the Rockets now, who's it going to be? We lose to the Rockets. I feel like our team's pretty good, but clearly not good enough, and we have to continue to try to be relevant as Zachary Sachet wins Rookie of the Year, Evan Mobley, DPOY, and SGA wins MVP. So let's go ahead and simulate the playoffs, which we are not a part of again. Denver wins the championship. Michael Porter Jr. is your finals MVP. Okay, we're gonna have to make some moves. I mean, clearly Draymond Green's not gonna be the answer for us at center. Andrew Wiggins probably not gonna be the answer for us at the forward spot. As the Bulls get the #1 overall pick, they jump over the Spurs, and we've got to make some moves here. We got to move some draft capital or something because we've got to make something happen. Do we even have a pick in this draft? I don't even think so. Killian Boswell, I actually did edit. He's not great right now. Out of Arizona. He's very low ceiling in my class. I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's the way that the top 7 go. I didn't work on Crevis yet, but I did work on the top 6. This is where things need to happen. Kevon Looney, don't know if you're going to be brought back. Moses Moody, I definitely want to bring back. 11 mil over 3, and we have to move off of contracts. Someone's got to get upgraded. I was thinking about Paul George in the offseason, getting offered from the Clippers. Lauri Markkanen is also here. So we have a couple really, really good options. Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram. These are all players that I could see not coming back to their original teams. Jalen Johnson getting a fuckload of offers. Jonathan Kuminga only getting 1. I feel like those players are pretty similar. Is there any true center it looks like in free agency? Probably not. That's an upgrade over what we've got. So we could actually move Giannis to the 5, and then we could potentially bring in Lauri Markkanen or Paul George. I think Lauri Markkanen's probably a better move as far as like long-term with a very similar future and a very similar upside. So we don't have enough salary cap. Also, I can't stand to see Steph Curry's hairline like all the way back to the back of his head. So we're going to go back and give him his hair. I can't offer anything more than what the Jazz are, and I can't afford to miss on both. So if I miss on Paul George and Lauri, it's going to be bad. I'm going to have to cut somebody. I can't trade Draymond Green right now. Do I cut him and try to bring him back? I think probably. We're going to release him, and then we're going to try to bring in Lauri Markkanen, try to outweigh what the Jazz are doing. Literally offer him 25 over 4 Can we offer him less, but maybe give him a player option? Okay, we're not even going to worry about it. We're going to make sure it's 100% so we do not miss out on bringing him in, and then we will find Draymond Green. He's not getting any offers, clearly. Just imagine this is like a restructure, you know? That's what we're doing. We're restructuring for Draymond Green. 10 mil over 2. Rejected from Draymond, but we got Lauri Markkanen, so I'm not worried about that. We'll just give him the extra mil, and hopefully he comes back. Okay, finally he does. So we got Lauri Markkanen. That's huge. This team has a big 3 now. You thought the big 3 era was over, but it's not. JaVale McGee could have a little bit of like a, you know, a return to his former stomping grounds. We have yet to make the playoffs at least once, and Steph Curry probably will not be around much longer. I don't want Andrew Wiggins still starting for this team, so Moses Moody would probably slide in at the 3. Klay Thompson probably also shouldn't be starting for this team. So maybe Isaiah Collier. Don't know how I feel about that. What's the... Oh, the overall gets tanked completely if we do that. You guys might think I'm wilding, making all these crazy trades and whatnot and bringing in these free agents, but in reality, you get desperate. And I have tried these before, like I've said offline. I've never won a championship with Steph Curry before he retires. So something's gotta give, you know. We gotta make some sort of move. Do we really want to start Giannis at the 5? Maybe we just go here. We throw Trayce Jackson-Davis in the starting lineup. I don't know if I'm cooking with this one. Steph Curry, Moses Moody, Lauri Markkanen, Giannis, Trayce Jackson-Davis in the starting lineup. Klay Thompson off the bench. Gonna be... I guess our 6th man, Andrew Wiggins, off the bench as well. Neither of them are starting, but both of them are giving solid minutes. Draymond Green, backup center. Isaiah Collier still getting good minutes as the backup point guard. Caleb Martin, just a few for the vet. If we look at the overall in the offense and defense, it's not as good as it was before. But again, what does that matter if we don't win anything and even make the playoffs? So I think this team is pretty solid. We're going to simulate to the All-Star break. We probably have this year, maybe one more year. I didn't see like the notification that says Steph Curry is announcing retirement after the year, which usually pops up when players are going to retire before the year, you know, the following year. So I think we're good. We got to at least make the playoffs. We got to be like a 50-win team. We have Steph Curry, Lauri Markkanen, and Giannis. How does this team, with a solid bench too, this team's gotta make the playoffs at the very least. We currently have the #1 offense, 15th ranked defense. Jonathan Kuminga is a storyline here. He's averaging almost 20 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Although Milwaukee, where are they currently slotted at? I'm just kind of curious to see because they are 26th. They're 15 games below 500. They got Jalen Johnson and Jonathan Kuminga. They're starting B Pods, who has averaging 18 points per game. Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis off the bench. It's not a bad team. It's kind of a weird construction, but hopefully 50 wins. We get 53 wins, and we are slotted in as the 6th seed in the NBA overall. So we're not in the play-in. We made the playoffs with this team. Keontae George, 6th man of the year. Josh Giddey, most improved. Wemby wins. Oh my God. Wemby wins DPOY, and Giannis of the fucking top Western team in the entire NBA, MVP, 28 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal and a half, and a block and a half per night. Let's go. Giannis Antetokounmpo for the Golden State Warriors wins MVP. That's crazy. I was not expecting to see that. We are the 4th seed. We get home field advantage, taking on the Rockets here. Let's go ahead and look at the stats overall. So Steph Curry in his year 37, well, not his... He's 37 years old. 22 points, 4 rebounds, 5.5 assists. So playmaking's pretty good. Moses Moody, he's got mutton chops. We're just going to give him a regular beard. I don't know why. I mean, there's like dynamic changing, whatever. Moses Moody, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. So pretty good in the starting lineup. Lauri Markkanen, 22, 7, and 2. What's his defense looking like? Show me at least a block per night. Not a block per night, but over a steal per night. So pretty good there. Giannis, we already know, 1 MVP. 28 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. The playmaking was crazy. Trayce Jackson-Davis in the starting lineup, 8 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2 assists, and over a block per night. Draymond contributing off the bench. Same with all the other vets. Klay Thompson, 8 points off the bench, 2 rebounds. Andrew Wiggins, 7 points. Isaiah Collier not really showing much of an improvement. His points are the same in a little bit more minutes. Caleb Martin not really doing much for us, but whatever. I mean, this team is pretty solid right now. We made the playoffs. We've got to continue to win out. We have the MVP of the league. We're taking on the Rockets. Game 1 is a win. I also need to upgrade my players before the playoffs start just because we got to get any little advantage we possibly can. Game number 2. It's going to be another win by 2 points. Giannis had 42. Lauri Markkanen had 40. What was the last box score? Anything crazy? A triple-double from the MVP, 21, 13, and 12. All right, Giannis is just carrying this team. All right, game 3, we win by 2 again. Derek White for that team, a 29-point triple-double. It's not enough. Can we sweep the Rockets, who beat us in the play-in last year, and we beat them in the first round this year? We got a lot of time to rest. Hopefully some games go to Game 7. Oh, a ton, yes. Now we take on the number 1 seed. Emmanuel Quigley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Karl-Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert. They have an amazing offense, but ours is even better by like literally half a point. So we have way better assist numbers too. So can we beat them? Game 1 is a win. 127 to 120. Game 2 is another win by 1 point. These games are all so close. It's crazy. We are getting just the amount of luck, and we lose by a ton. Oh my God. Hopefully the morale doesn't tank after that. We lose by 40 points in, I was going to say Oracle, but what is it now? Chase Arena, something like that. Going to upgrade our players. Moses Moody, very close to being maxed out. Do we need to adjust the minutes at all? I mean, we're rolling right now in the playoffs. I don't really think so. Not yet, maybe. If we lose another one, it's going to be tough. As we go up 3-1 by 4. Anthony Edwards, 41 and 8, but it's not enough. Moses Moody was our player of the game. Led the team. Was the bench good for us? It had to be, right? Andrew Wiggins, 12 points off the bench. Very solid. We got a 3-1 lead. You know the Warriors in 3-1 leads. We know how that goes. We lose game 5 by 1 point. Steph Curry has 31. I was just joking, guys. Let's close this out. Okay, 4-2. Series is over. We're moving on to the Western Conference Finals. Take on the number 2 seed Thunder. It's SGA, who won MVP last year, J-Dub, Lou Dort, Gordon Hayward still somehow giving them minutes, and Chet Holmgren. We have a better offense than them. We have a better defense, and we lose game 1. We lose game 1 in OKC. Come on, let's tie the series up. 1-1, 142 to 116. Giannis puts on a display, 32 points. Steph Curry, 29. Game 3 is a win by 22 points. Giannis with another 32 bomb. Moses Moody had 2 points in the starting lineup. What are we doing? It's a 2-2 series now. Giannis 47, 6 and 5. It's not enough. It's not enough. We're going back to OKC for a loss by 3. Do we adjust the minutes? I don't think so. We're in. Oh my God, there's so much momentum here. We cannot afford to lose this game. In a losing spot right now, Caleb Martin's going to lose his minutes. So is Isaiah Collier. We're going to give Klay Thompson a couple more minutes. Steph Curry's going to get a bump in minutes. We're going to give another minute to Lauri Markkanen, take away his power forward minutes. Giannis is going to be playing 42 minutes tonight in this close-out Game 6 game. Can we win? MVP Giannis for the Warriors. Game 6 is a win by 2 points. He played for literally the entire game, all 48 minutes. He scores 29. We are moving on to a Game 7 in OT. Game 7, we're keeping the minutes the same. We're running our stars into the ground for, I'm going to do a position lock for the game. We're just going to be the coach. We're going to live sim it in OKC. We'll hop in and watch the tail end of it. I'm not going to intervene. I'm just selecting the coach. We're up by 5 through the first quarter. It's a very high-scoring game. We're up by 15 points in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, up by 20 points. Please hold on to this lead. Hold on to this lead. Just keep your foot on the gas pedal. Do not turn around. Lauri Markkanen has 29 points. Oh my God, no, they're starting to creep back. It's a 10-point game. Still a 10-point game. Okay, we're starting to pull away a little bit. I think we've got it. Going to get to the last minute or so. We are up by 25 points. Moses Moody at the top of the key. ISOing all over, is that Jalen Williams? Underneath is Trace Jackson Davis. He gets fouled by Gordon Hayward. He's going to the line. He's going to shoot 2. The second one rolls in. We are up by 27 points, is it? Trace Jackson Davis, 20 points. Giannis almost blocks Gordon Hayward. He gets the rebound as Lauri Markkanen pushing the pace. We're not done yet. They're finding their spot, a little pick and roll. Oh, that's a deadly pick and roll. Except, Giannis can't shoot. But Moses Moody pulls up from 3. It's off. Rebounded by Chet Holmgren in transition. The game is over. Just want to see these teammates coming alive. I just want to see them playing. I don't want to have any part in what happens as far as me playing. This team, if it can't win it by itself, that's on them. Lou Dort slashes the 3 in and cuts the lead down to 22. We see what's happening here. We don't need to worry about the rest of this game. Dunk, whatever. Steph Curry pulls up from the logo for no reason. We win in Game 7. Lauri Markkanen, 33, 7, and 5 with 3 blocks. What a win in a closeout matchup. We move on to the 8-seed Pacers. It's Halliburton, Mathurin, Jarris Walker, Pascal Siakam, and Miles Turner. My team is star-studded. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. We are going to knock down the minutes just slightly for Giannis. Markkanen can stay there. Moses Moody as well. We'll give these minutes to Draymond Green and he'll move up in the rotation to the 6-man spot. Game 1 in Golden State. It's going to be a huge win. A 16-point win. Giannis with 38 and 5 with 5 steals. Curry had 26. Game 2 is going to be another win by 3 points. Giannis 45 and 10. Holy shit. He is just having himself a field day. This is truly an MVP type performance as it's 150 to 152. We lose game 3 in Indiana. Game 4 is going to be a 3-1 lead for the Golden State Warriors. 20 rebounds for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And in Golden State, 3-1 lead. We know how this goes. Can we close it out? We're going to live sim. And we're going to fingers crossed, hope and pray that we can win this. Close the series out. Get Steph Curry that championship. Get Giannis that championship. What does this mean for everyone's legacy? How will this affect LeBron's legacy? There's a lot of questions. We're down by 5 at the end of the first half. We're down by a lot more than that. Can we pull away? Can we start to make a comeback, guys? Are we going to start playing some basketball? There we go. Now we're talking. 1-point game. We steal the lead. Indiana sat at 73 points for like 10 minutes. 9 points with a minute and a half left. We're going to hop into this. We're just going to watch it play out. Giannis has 40 right now. Curry's got 20. Moses Moody with 21. Lauri Markkanen was a player of the game in the game 7, but right now he's only got 7. Pick and roll at the top of the key. The 3-4 pick and roll is crazy. Lauri Markkanen from 3. Giannis, why is he not jumping for the rebound? What are you doing? We're not out of it yet. It's a fast break. Mathurin, not Kuminga. Mathurin just dunks it. Okay, it's a 5-point game. Boys, what are we doing? Underneath is a nice layup for Moses Moody. Steph Curry with the assist. Matched up against Steph Curry. The spin move's nasty. He gets inside. No foul. Don't call the foul. 5-point game here. Can the Warriors hold on? Underneath is Trace Jackson-Davis. Gets almost blocked by Miles Turner. He gets the layup in. Also, if you guys are wondering, what is this cool hat that I'm wearing as Halliburton slashes in? It is the I'm Grego hat. You guys could cop it. The store, the link down in the description. Just had to get that out there. It's a nice hat. Giannis layup up and good. The floater just nailed it. He's got 42, 7, and 4. I think this game might be over. 7 points difference. Oh my God, who just shot that 3? It's way off. What are we doing? Keep your feet in bounds, Moses. Inbounding passes, completely errant. Steph Curry going coast to coast. He's not going to be stopped. He gets a layup. Floaters up and in. It's a 9-point game with 36 seconds. They've got to be feeling it. The pressure's got to be feeling it from Tyrese Halliburton and these Pacers. Pick and roll at the top of the key. They don't have a lot of time. He shoots the 3. He falls on his ass. It rolls out of bounds. Steph Curry, in his year 38, gets a championship. Spinning left, right, center. He's unguardable. He's trying to make a case for finals MVP. It's probably not going to happen. It's probably going to be Giannis, who won MVP in this year. The horns play is called from the top. It's going to be Jarris Walker. The shot is in and out. But Pascal Siakam, sky's up. They're not going to foul. It's a 9-point game. Knowing the CPU, they're going to pull up disrespectfully for no reason to end this one. Moses Moody, Steph Curry, everybody. What is going on? The ball's flying around. That is going to be it. Golden State in year 3. We didn't make the playoffs the first year. We didn't make the playoffs the second year. We acquire talent. We make trades for Giannis Antetokounmpo. We're leveraging the future, saying we got to win now. We got to secure Steph's legacy. We bring in Lauri Markkanen, and the Big 3 era in the NBA is not over. The championship goes to the Golden State Warriors, and your 2025/2026 NBA champions are your Golden State Warriors. That is going to be it for this season, for the series right now. I mean, I don't need to keep going. We could try to go back to back, but for now, we did our job. We took care of business, and we won the championship. And Giannis averaging 36, 12, and 7 with 3.5 steals per game is your finals MVP. What a season for the Warriors. We beat the Pacers in 5. We might have kind of lucked out not having to play against, I guess it was Charlotte, who was in the Eastern Conference Finals. What happened to the top seeds in the East and in the East? I don't understand. Boston lost to Indy in 6. Who lost in round 1? The Knicks got bumped. Orlando got bumped by Indy. So I guess Indy went on a Cinderella run and they just ran. Their luck ran out, I guess. I don't know, but it's not my problem. We won a championship. Steph Curry can completely finalize all 5 of his fingers with rings. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like. It helps the video out so much. If you enjoy stuff like this, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next rebuild. Join the Discord down below. We're over 2,000 members, and when I hit 20K on this channel, I'm going to be doing a giveaway as well. Information for that will be in the Discord, as well as the rosters for this rebuild. All of the rosters for my NBA and college, all my draft classes are going to be down in the Discord, so be sure to join. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.